From our Pop 40 segment, stay tuned for a guitar tutorial on Olivia Rodrigo's Traitor. In this particular live stream, I will show you about 6 concepts that will help you play this. We shall be right back, and let's do this. Hi, good day again. Mike Violette here. Glad you tuned in. String Sound Studios, and we are streaming to you from a whole bunch of different platforms. As you can see right over there on the screen, I always get confused here. Where is the thing? It's over this way. It's over that way. Okay, the YouTube, the Facebook, the Twitter we got going, and the Vimeo and Instagram. There's other more obscure. We will by next week we will be on a whole bunch of more things. Okay. Some of the more obscure things, and you might not know them. I'm not going to mention them right now, and we are already on some obscure things. So we're going to get going, and as I mentioned before, in this live stream, we will concentrate on about 6 or more different concepts, which will help you play this, okay? So can anyone hear me out there? I think one of the best platforms right now to watch this on is YouTube, okay? We also we're not streaming on Vimeo yet, but I plan to do that in the future, soon into the not too distant future, and that's a great platform. We host all our videos there as well as on YouTube. But if you want to buy some of our paid things, and you should, we'll talk about those later. Go on my website. I have courses that you can download. They're not free, but they're pretty inexpensive. $30 for some of those, and you can have them for a long time. All right, so we talked a little bit before about what we're going to do in this. Now, we're going to start off. Let me list the concepts, then I'll go through them one at a time, playing. So we're going to be playing with a capo, capo on the 3rd fret. 6/8 time in E flat major. All right, we have some slash chords, meaning inversions, G with a B flat in the bass, G minor with a B flat in the bass, things of that nature, okay? Major 7th chords, and I think there's a couple minor 7th chords in there as well. Simple strumming, along with arpeggio style picking, dynamics and form. So first, let's start with the capo, okay? And I always like to talk about the capo because I see people put this on wrong. So you're just new to guitar or whatever, or you're an intermediate, fine, maybe you're advanced, and you know how to put a capo on. Using this type of capo. I don't know what kind of capo it is, but here's my point. Okay, people put the capo on and they just put it on and they slide it without lifting it, and the strings are all bent. Now what's that going to do? That's going to put the guitar out of tune. Right? So we don't want to do that, and we want to put it as close to the fret as possible. So lift it up, make sure this isn't hitting the strings, put it close to the fret, clamp it down, you can adjust it from there. Notice, let's try to keep it as parallel to the fret, okay? And adjacent as parallel to the fret as we can. And notice I'm not bending any strings, so that's going to put it out to it. So that's first. That's our first concept, okay? Hey, how's it going? Hey, Kelly, what's going on? There's a little bit of an echo again. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know if that's something on your end, but that's Kelly in our control room. I listened to it again, and hopefully you people listen to it. I don't hear it, so I'll work on it. I'll listen closely and review some of these. But maybe I'm just talking too loud. The room is a little bit, it could be the room noise too. It could be that. So there's all these things we try to solve here. All right. So here we go. So we talked about playing with the capo, and now let's talk a little bit about 6/8 time, all right? This is in 6/8 time. We can call it a waltz, but to me, it's more of a 6/8 time 2 feel. For example, if you're beating 2, 1, 2, right? You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can do it either way. Okay? So you can break 6 down into 2. It's still a waltz, all right? Because it's got that 6 feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. But I'm feeling 2 in here. Just the way you have to strum this, all right? I think is in 2, and then you could do some arpeggiations when you get to the chorus, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to make it a little bit more forte, a little bit more dramatic. All right, and we are in E flat major. Now we all right, my capo's here. Now we could do this without a capo. I mean, it certainly can play it that way, but I think it's best to do it with a capo. Right? And when you use a capo, you're raising the key, and you're playing those first position shapes that you would normally play here. A lot of open string things. So you get those voicings, those chord voicings that you like, okay, and that work well for this song. You can get them with big bar chords, all kinds of shapes, and some of the things like an A flat major 7. We're going to talk about that. All right, so we're in 6/8 time. We got the capo. Talk about the capo, right? Playing here. Remember, this is not a C chord, okay? It's an E flat chord. When you read music on this, or you go to you go to one of these websites. It's a C chord with a capo on the 3rd. Okay, you can look at it like that, but I don't want you thinking this is a C chord. Yeah, it's a C shape, but it's an E flat chord, okay? And so forth and so on. All right, we're going to zoom in. We're going to talk about slash chords, which are also inversions, okay? Like, again, a B flat with a D in the bass. Minimal. Not a crazy hard tune to do, okay? And I will play the whole thing from time to time throughout. I won't play the whole thing, but towards the end or at the end, I usually go through the whole song. So here we go. We're going to zoom in. We're going to take a look at those chords. Give it a minute to zoom in, folks. We're moving here. Okay, here we go. Nice and big, and remember, I do a lot of strumming here to show you. And so you don't have to look way down by the pickups on the guitar. All right, so we're going to start here. Here's my E flat chord. And I got 3, 2. This would be open because the capo's taking that up. And 1. So yes, you can say, that's like a C chord at first. We're going to strum this. We're going to go like this and strum it into a nice slow 2. You have to listen to the song and get that rhythm, right? 1, 2. All right? So we have 1, 2, 1, 2. Just feel like that. Next chord. Now, if you notice, it's a B flat with a D in the bass. I'm just going to go like this. My bass line is going to drop to here. Right? So the bass lines really go like this. 2 to the D. Then I would do this, which you could say is open. Capo's taking that up, right? That string right there. And that's the bass line to the C, and then it's going to go to an A flat. can play a big bar chord. But let's take it from the beginning. Right? First line introduction. 1, 2. Alright, so let's take a look at that again. I had my E flat chord, did my B with the D in the bass. I put 2 here. Everything else is open. I put 4 here. Then I went to a C minor 7. Okay? Remember, the capo's taking up the shape. So if I strum from the 5th string all the way up to the 1st string, there's my C minor 7 sound. You know, it might be saying, well, Mike, how do I do a C minor 7? Well, maybe you know this, right? That would be, that would be a C sharp minor 7. But you know that shape. Because you have the capo, you do this. Now, if you're not 100% familiar with that chord, well, think of this. Okay, it's an A minor chord, all right? It's really C minor, but it's an A minor chord in 1st position, right? So you take that, then you subtract this, and there's my minor 7th, okay? My minor 7th here on the 3rd fret, and I go like this. Next, A flat chord. Now, we can do a big bar chord. However, what I think you should do right now is play a small triad. Just get that going. 1, 2. Later on, we can play the big bar chord like this. Alright, I can show you how to play the major 7 chord. So far, we only have, what, 4 chords in here? This song does not incorporate a heck of a lot of chords. 4, 5, 6. I didn't count how many different chords, but there's not that many, all right? 6, 7 at the most, probably. All right, so let's go through it from the intro so you have all that, all right? Ready? Just going to do this progression 2 times. 1, 2. 2. C minor 7. To A flat. Back to the E flat. Okay, now the other thing I want to briefly talk about, and this always comes up, I mean, we can throw this in concepts, there's all sub-concepts in here. I think this is rather important. When you're doing something like this, always look for common tones and common fingerings, right? Now, in this case, I play the E flat chord, right? When I go to the B flat with the D in the bass, I can hold this here, okay? And if I play my 4th finger, that's not affecting this. Why do I want to do that? Because when I go to the C minor 7 chord, I already have this here. So my goal when I'm playing guitar is to look for common tones, which are 2 or more different chord names. I mean, 2 or more different notes on different chords, okay? So when 2 or more different chord names are sharing 1 or more of the same notes. Doesn't have to be 1. And then I go to my C minor 7. Now what do I do when I go to my A flat? Just like that. I'm already there. I bring this here and I go like that. This stays there the whole time. I see people do this. They'll reform a whole chord. And they'll take their hand, they'll reform a whole chord. They'll take this off, and then, you don't want that. Watch how smooth this is, right? Because I'm good at this. I'm kidding. Ready? Watch. 1, 2. See that? I hardly moved at all. The minimal. Be a minimalist when you play guitar as much as possible. And we have good voicings, meaning 1 chord moving to the next. Good fingerings, good voicings. So basically, that's your introduction progression. Okay? So you play this. Let's do it again. 1, 2. 1, 2. C minor. 2. Again. Now notice the second time, the chord progression is really C minor, not C minor 7, but still. You put your finger here, there's your C minor. C minor 7, C minor. C minor 7. A little bit more full sounding and not as minor sounding, the minor 7. You hear that sad? There's your minor. Really, that minor tonality really sticks out on a triad. Remember, there's a lot of 3-note chords here. Triads, okay? Chord in its most basic form is a triad. Minor 7 is a 4-part chord. Triads have 3 notes in them. Minor 7s have 4 notes in them, if you choose to put all the notes in them, which we are. A little fuller. Not as dissonant as a minor. Alright, there we go. Now, when she gets into the verse, not much different. You have more C minor chords. The only different chord here is we're going to do a G minor rather than the B flat with the D in the bass. We're going to do a G minor with the D in the bass. Okay? So we're going to go like this. Oh, Mike, that's... Alright, we do this. I mean, you could put this in. That would just be a G minor. Not going to change the outcome of the song that much or anything as far as ruining the progression. Oh, that's, there you go. There's your E minor, right? Oh, that's what Mike's doing. Here, though, okay? In that position. All right? So you got to remember, oh, my capo's here, so there we go. This is my open strings right now. This is taking place in the open strings like if you did not have a capo. All right, so we got the E flat. Notice I go here. I have to lift this up, but I'm only strumming from the 5th string. Then I go to my C minor. Okay, I take that same shape, bring it up, and bam, right? And I put 1 down, there's my C minor. Now I want to reiterate this point. I'm playing this chord, right? I go to the B flat with the D, or the G minor. Good. Notice, you want to play as close to the frets as possible, right? See that? But you can't always on every chord. I'm playing this chord. I have the opportunity to get this close, and this close, right? However, when you do a chord like this, your fingers are stacked upon the same fret. All right, so you got to get at least this one here, and that as close as possible. See how it's off? It's not right there. It'll still be okay there. You know, we want to put it back here. Just realize that. And when you go to the next chord, you take this shape, bring it up each adjacent string, do that, and then put 1 down. There's your C minor. So you have that going on in the verse. You'll have 4 bars of this same progression. Right? You got this. You go to the A flat again. Do that again. Another 4 bars, right? Same progression. C minor. Then we have the A flat again. Okay? So, again, we're pretty much doing the same progression. The difference is when, in the verse, when you get to that, I guess, that 3rd progression, starting off the E flat chord, okay? The last chord is an A flat major 7. And let's talk about that. So let's say this is, line 3 here, right? I'm going to do my E flat, G minor, C minor chord, but I'm not going to go to just A flat. I'm going to go to A flat major 7. Now, it's not really that much different since you have the capo. Simple way to do it is, there's your A flat chord. What happens when I play the 1st string? Oh, there's my A flat major 7. Because I have a G here. So it's an A flat triad with a major 7th on top. And there's my G, right? Remember what I said, when you're dealing with triads. For example, a triad would, people say it's a C chord. It's a D chord. It's an A chord. It's a B. When they say, oh, it's a C major 7. It's an A flat. Instead of, oh, it's just an A flat chord or an A flat minor chord. Well, they say it's an A flat minor 7. we're not triadic anymore. We have 4-part harmony, all right? So we're adding 4 notes into that chord. So here's your A flat major 7 chord. Instead of doing a different key, I can do this. That's my A major 7. See the diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I am doing that, but I'm going 3, 2, 1, 4, still all diagonal. So that, oh, hey, that's an A major 7 shape. You can put that anywhere, all right? So now you have that progression goes twice, okay? And then you get to the chorus, and it's really the same type of progression. E flat, G minor, C minor, A flat major 7. The only difference is when I get to that chorus, which is said, "When betrayed me," you're going to, if I was you, I would kind of pick it up a little bit, maybe give it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So you want to do your arpeggio picking. Like that, right? Well, try it. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So again, I'm going to play it down here so I can play it better. You can hear it. Okay? Okay? And you do 2 lines of that, or 4 bars of that, and another 4 bars of the same progression. So again, it's really all about, there's not much more to the song than that. We have the slash chords, which we talked about. Right? This, B flat with a D in the bass, and the G minor with the D in the bass. Strumming from here. If you want a full G minor, okay, you just go like this. G minor 7 rather. Okay? Or G minor, there's your G in the bass. Capo's picking up, there's your G minor. There's your G minor 7. There's a G minor 7 here in the second ending, right towards the after the first chorus. Okay, and don't forget you have that rest. So you have in form here. Yeah, we're going to talk about a little bit more. I'm going to play it simple strumming, okay, and arpeggio picking. So let me take it from the 4 bars before the chorus and go into the chorus so you can hear what I'm playing. And I'm not going to play here with my thumb, because I want you to listen now. All right, so nice and slow. 1, 2. Okay? So you got that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Alright, so the progression is a 1, right? I'm going to E flat, G minor here, 3 minor chord. Okay, we have the 6th, and then a 4. Almost like a 50s progression in some respects. Okay? So remember, we're talking in numbers. These are in the key. E flat chord, alright? That's my first chord in the key of E flat. And let's say I go to a B flat chord. Well, that's the 5 chord. And then my C is the 6th degree. So just think of a scale, right? E flat, F, G, A flat, okay? So think of a major scale, and wherever your chords fall into that scale, the root, meaning the first note of the chord, that's what I'm saying, the 4 chord, right? E flat is the 1 chord. F, what's the second note in the E flat scale? E flat major, F, all right, that would be a 2 chord, all right? So the G minor is your 3 chord. So the progression is fairly simple, right? And the strumming is fairly simple. You do have form elements in here, of course. Every song has form elements. And she has codas and things. So the song basically does a verse, a chorus, a verse, another chorus, okay? And then it kind of does like a verse in the second ending, then you go back to the coda. So yeah, there's at least three or 4 verses in here, and 2 or 3 choruses, then a coda section. You want to listen to it. I already taught you most of the chords, all right? So let's just play through it right now, And maybe I won't go through the whole thing. Yeah, I will. I'm going to go through the whole thing right now. All right? Because I think this lesson's moving out really good. Not that much to the chord. So let's take it from the edge. The edge is the beginning, right? I'll play it from here. You can watch. Ready? Verse. Top. First ending. Comes your chorus. You're -7. Coda. Sorry, that was the sign. Give me another coda. Coda, A flat. Oh, she's starting again. So, folks, I'm going to zoom out here. I mean, we played the whole song, we did the form, zooming out here so you can see who I am if you just tuned in. All right, and there you have it. So, Pop 40 Series, Traitor by Olivia Rodrigo. All right? This went by quick. It's fine, all right? Sometimes we're here for an hour. It's a little more thorough, but fairly simple tune. Good song. Fairly simple. Doesn't mean it's really hard, but we learned reviewing. Okay, we learned about the capo, playing with the capo on the 3rd fret, 6/8 time, playing an E flat major. We learned that, well, this isn't a C chord, it's really an E flat chord. Yes, it's like a C chord here. Okay, but when you're playing, I want you to know these shapes. Let's say, oh, this is a C chord. Learn, that's an E flat chord. Learn, that's a B flat chord. Okay, with a D in the bass, of course. And we talked about the slash chords, just like B flat with a D, okay, G minor with a D in the bass. We have a major 7th. I said the concept we have a minor 7th chord. Sounds like the very last chord, she ends on a minor 7th, then goes back to the major 7th. Okay. We did some simple strumming. 1, 2, right? When we got to the chorus part, you betrayed me. We did some 6/8 time, well, still 6/8 time, but breaking those up and playing those groups of 3, all right? 2 groups of 3, so we went 1, 2. And you can do that with a pick, okay? Notice at the live streams, yes, I can play with a pick. I play with my fingers a lot for various reasons. I got to point to things, and it's very difficult to play with a pick here. Right? And dynamics, of course, and form. When you get to that, chorus, it's a little more dramatic. So you get, 1, 2. A little more of a flow. And if you're playing with a group, use your discretion. Hey, kick on the distortion. Have you just keep it 2 there. If you're going to do it with distortion and rock it out. So. And of course the form is, you have what you call a sign here, and then it goes back to the second, first, and second ending, which is musical shorthand. So you have verses and choruses in here, and then you go back to the sign, which is the chorus, and then you go to the coda. And coda basically means ending. So all these things are musical shorthand, okay? All right, so your call to action is, join me next time for another live stream. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet. I think I'll get off the Pop 40 series. We did a whole slew of them, like 5 or so in a row. And I think maybe I'll change it up. I'm thinking of doing 3 a.m. by Matchbox 20. So we'll go back to our alternative. Okay? Remember to sign up for my Play Like a Pro video courses, Pure Beginning Guitar course, a Beginning Blues Guitar course, and a Midway Blues Guitar course. Also I have a ukulele course. I'm trying to get more courses up there, trying to get the live stream going more and more. And tune in for all valuable free information. If you'd like to make a donation, you can go onto our website. There's PayPal there somewhere, which would be real helpful to me. Okay? Send us feedback right here when you're watching. These get rebroadcast. Once we do these, we just leave them on all the platforms we're on, so you can watch them forever. Okay? YouTube, Vimeo, whatever. Join the Vimeo. String Sound Studio is a Vimeo. It's great. So it's really a good venue to watch it at, or a good platform. No, send me an email through my website or something, okay? And let me know what you would like me to do. All right, so I think that's sufficient for tonight. Thanks for joining in, and we shall hopefully see you next time, which should be next week. And as always, try to do this. I'm still trying. See you later.